Kyle Schwarber has homered 56 times in the 2025 season. But what if I told you that 60+% of those came from some of the most hitter-friendly ballparks in all of baseball? Now, of course, it helps that his home ballpark, Citizens Bank, is in the top 5 for friendliest ballparks in all of MLB. But if you actually look further into the stats versus top 5 and bottom 5 ballparks, his stats are very different. For example, in his top 5, he's had 36 home runs, 219 total bases, and an average of 261. Whenever you look at the bottom 5, it's actually very different. I know that depends a lot on matchups, but again, 4 home runs, 20 bases, and only an average of 171. And that's just ballpark factor alone. We haven't even considered what the weather looks like that day, maybe where the wind is blowing, maybe it's blowing out or blowing in, affecting how many home runs or total bases a batter is going to have for that game. All of that to say that the park and the weather conditions matter just as much as the swing. And yet it's something that most bettors probably don't even consider before they place a bet. So today in this video, what I will be doing is breaking down how wind, temperature, humidity, and even ballpark factors can factor into a player's home runs and total bases. And thankfully, all of that is held within a single application called Outlier.Bet. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So once we log into our Outlier.Bet dashboard, what you'll want to do is go over here to the left-hand side of props and then go to the MLB. And then from here, it pulls up all of these different props. But what I want to do is specifically look at just home runs today. So under the propositions, go to home runs, and then this is going to filter out all of the home runs that we have coming up. Now, I can look through all of these, and I'm just going to use this Zach McKinstry as just an example. Now, once you're into this player profile and all of the historical data that we see, on the right-hand side is where we'll see all of this information, and then we'll see this amazing graphic here, right? Now, what this shows is at the very bottom, it shows what the ballpark factor is, and that is a 95. Now, what does that mean exactly? Well, that 95 ranks these stadiums in terms of batter friendly versus pitcher friendly. So this says it's 27th in terms of batter friendly ballparks. And if we look here, it goes ahead and defaults to the all. And as we can see, if we scroll down, we see Progressive Field where Detroit is playing Cleveland today. And that is really 4th from the bottom. Progressive Field is at 27th. So that not only means that this is a pitcher friendly ballpark, right? Blue is pitcher friendly. The yellow is hitter friendly, right? So this is a very pitcher-friendly ballpark, but not even to mention that. As you can see here, we see this wind direction. This is not precipitation. As you can see, precipitation here is 0%. This is just showing the direction of the wind. That direction of the wind is pointing right back to the hitter, making it a lot harder for that ball to go out of this ballpark. Now, this is also set, these different time zones are set for first pitch. So as you can see, this is scheduled to the first pitch to go at 12:08 p.m. That is Central Time. So then this is 12 p.m. And then you can kind of look through what the rest of the game is going to look like. That wind is not really changing. We're going to see that entire game, that wind is blowing right back at him. Now, what does precipitation, humidity, cloud cover, dew point, all of that mean? Well, if you wanted a little bit of a deeper dive, click this information button here and it jumps into it exactly for what you need. Now, for the stadium dimensions, what we went into, there's certain things that it factors in. Short fences equals more home runs. Deep outfields equals more doubles and triples. So there are ballparks where they're more friendly to doubles and triples because the fences are deeper, but for home runs, we have shorter fences. Now, the wind, as we had mentioned earlier, we have inward wind, outward wind, and cross winds. Inward wind is where the wind is blowing in towards the batter, which is suppressing the power hitting. Outward wind, it's obviously blowing out towards the outfield, which boosts fly balls distance and home runs. Now we have what are cross winds, and that is going to affect pitch command and fielding accuracy. So again, making it a lot likelier for hitters to have a higher success of getting total bases, home runs, whatever they need in that. Now, other things, cloud cover and air density. Thicker air reduces flight distance, humidity, dry air helps the ball travel further, right? So there's a lot of different factors that go into all of these ballparks and how that can really help you pick what you want to do. So for this Zach McKinstry play, it's probably one that I would want to kind of stay away from. Now, one that I really like in the matchups today for these playoff games is Max Muncy. As you can see, Max Muncy, when we go to this stadium, it's third. It's Dodger Stadium. If we look here, it's third in terms of ballpark factor, meaning it's higher score favors for batters. And we see the wind blowing out. Now, you could choose to go with some of your higher level hitters, Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, whoever on that lineup. And if you wanted to, you could look at some of the historical data versus Hunter Green here. And we look here, Freddie Freeman has a home run, Max Muncy has a home run, Shohei Ohtani does not. Andy Pages has 3. So again, you can start to factor some of that in there as well. Now, I also suggest looking at our tool, this odds line movement, and you can kind of see how all of these different books are pricing these and where you can get the best price possible for one of these if you're especially trying to positive EV bet and get the most bang for your buck on these plays. So again, it's as simple as that, but I heavily consider looking at these ballpark factors before you just start hammering off bets, because you might have that Zach McKinstry play where we see that wind blowing inwards, making it a lot tougher to hit home runs, as opposed to Max Muncy where you have a lot favorable matchup in a hitter-friendly park and the wind is already blowing out. So again, if you have any more questions about this, please let us know down in the comments or connect with us on socials, and we'll be getting back to you as soon as possible.